All of the exclusives and imports for Photon Hypernova are here. Alright, to the 34% of you that have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button, smash it so we can move up the 110,000 ladder here. So 000 is actually Gravekeepers Inscription, which is very, very interesting to me because that means we got one less exclusive this set and one more import. So this is the amazing card that you saw me make a video on earlier in the week. Apply one of the following effects until the end of your opponent's next turn. So it goes to both players. Neither player can activate effects in the graveyard, neither player can banish cards from the graveyard, or neither player can source some monsters from the graveyard. It stinks it's at the beginning of main phase 1, but this card is a huge game changer, alright? Very expensive secret rare. Next up is the Ruka. So when a water monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can special summon this card from hand, banish one face-up fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control, target one face-up card on the field, negates effects to the end of the opponent's turn. Pretty little cute exclusive here. To be honest with you, it doesn't do anything too crazy, but it is another water negate, which is kind of cool, I guess. Next up is Orfilio, the harmonious bullfighter, whatever. So this thing can't be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 light and 2 dark monsters from your hand or graveyard, except this card. Alright, if this card was summoned this way, it gains 1,000 attack for each monster banished from your hand for the summon, and it can attack a number of each battle phase on monsters up to the number of banished cards from the graveyard for its summon. Alright, if this card destroys the opponent's monster by battle after damage calculation, banish the opponent's monster. It's another little cool chaos monster. I'm not too particularly interested in this guy. Next up is the Diabolantus, the menacing mantis. So this is 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner, completely generic for level 8. If this card is synchro summon, you can send 1 insect and or plant monster from your deck to the graveyard, up to the number of non-tuners used for its synchro summon. If you control this synchro summon card, you can target 1 insect or plant monster you control, treat it as a tuner till the end of this turn. You can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. So for 2,500, this isn't awful. It's not good, I feel like. Next up is the XYZ Align. This is probably one of my favorite exclusive cards out of this set. So you can declare a level from 1 to 12, and then target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including 1 monster you control. They become the declared level till the end of the turn. Also for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you can not special summon from your extra deck except for monsters with the same type as the target. But this actually is really cool because this actually gives you some really good pressure for exceed summoning. Like, this was actually one of my favorite cards out of today. Next up is the Made to Order, Made Outfit Outfitter. So this card's going to make the tier matchup insane, by the way. So you can target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, and you can have 1 card from your deck to your hand with the same card name as the card banished. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. You heard me read that right. That card is busted. Alright, next up is Gold Pride Leon. If your life points lower than your opponent's, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal special summon, target 1 non-warrior Gold Pride monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the extra for the rest of this turn except for Gold Pride. And during your opponent's main phase, you can basically do a synchro summon using this card. The thing is, Leon is essentially a completely semi-generic card. They had somewhat of an idea what they were doing when they started to design Gold Pride, but yeah, definitely up there in terms of coolness. Next up was the Nitro Head. Nitro Head, if your life points lower than your opponent's, so also summon this card from your hand, so easy requirements for getting these out there. During your opponent's standby phase, you can special summon a Nitro token to your opponent's field. It can't be used as link material, and then during your opponent's main phase, you can target 1 Nitro token on the field, destroy that token, and also destroy all monsters in its adjacent monster zones and spell and trap card zone. For 2,300, 2,600, this card is pretty good. Like, it really does show a lot of, like, the power that they were trying to push for this archetype. And then, of course, 88 here was Captain Carry. If your life points lower than your opponent's, special summon this from your hand. If this is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Gold Pride Trap card from your deck to your hand. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, target 1 Gold Pride monster you control that was special summoned from the extra deck, banish up to 3 Gold Pride cards from your graveyard. And if you do that, monster gains 500 attack for each card banished. So this basically just gives you a supercharged large monster. And then they want to give you the ability to search for the trap card. The trap card is probably the most interesting thing out of the archetype. And then we also have Gold Pride Star Leon. So this is the 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner monsters. During the main phase, quick effect, target 1 face and monster your opponent controls. This card gains attack equal to that target monster's original attack, and if your life points lower than your opponent's, you can destroy it, which means you can get a direct attack with this thing. You can only use the previous effect once per turn, and then once per turn during the end phase. If the previous effect was activated, this returns back to your extra deck, and then you get to special summon Leon, so you can do another synchro summon during your opponent's next turn. It's kind of cool. I see what they're doing here. Next up is the Nitro Blaster Link 2. So 2 gold prime monster with different levels. You can target one monster your opponent controls to destroy it. Then if your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can destroy all cards in the adjacent monster zones and spell and trap card zones. Alright, and then once per turn during the end phase of those activated, return this back to the extra deck. So summoning Nitro Head from your deck and or a graveyard. This is essentially, they wanted to use the Link 2 effectively as a boss monster. It was a really cool strat. I will give them that. Alright, next up is the Gold Pride, the Crowd Goes Wild. This should have been a field spell, but reveal 1 Gold Pride monster from your hand, add a Gold Pride monster with a different name from your deck to your hand, and then apply the following effects. Special summon 1 Gold Pride monster from your hand, but lose life points equal to its original attack. So this is going to be how you're going to lose life points in order to facilitate some of the combo extensions that you really are going to want to see here with this deck. So definitely very interesting stuff here. And then we have the Start Your Engines. If your opponent normal special summons a monster, target one of those, reveal 3 gold prime monsters from your deck, or your opponent will randomly pick one, and you special summon it, and then shuffle the rest into the deck, and then destroy the targeted monster. This is that trap card that you're going to search with Captain Carry that I think is really, really good. Like, honestly, if we can get some more gold pride named stuff, I think that this card has some pretty cool potential to kind of take off here. Next up is 83, Casa Milar. This is a fiend with 1,000 attack, 1,200 defense. So when this card is normal summon, you target one face of monster your opponent controls, gains attack equal to its original attack. Also during the next turn, destroy that monster, and your opponent takes damage equal to its original attack. And at the start of the opponent's battle phase, you tribute this card that was normal summoned or set. Tribute this card. Your opponent's monsters cannot attack directly for the rest of the turn. That's kind of cool. That's not amazing, but it's definitely something cool, I suppose. Next up is the Queen Butterfly Donas. So if you control this normal summon set card, quick effect, target up to 3 level 4 insect monsters in your graveyard. Change this card's stack to 0, and if you do, special summon them, but their effects are negated. You can only use this effect of Queen Butterfly once per turn. You're going to have to normal summon this to get that effect. Alright, that is my only problem with this card. Alright, I think this card is a massive generation advantage engine, but your problem is, yeah, hello, like, big insect monster, I suppose. Next up is the Quarton the Clear-Sighted. This is really cool. So when this card is normal summon, you can set 1 continuous trap card from your hand or graveyard. Okay. That's pretty alright. It can be activated this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. Face-up trap cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects until the end of the turn. Alright, well this is pretty good actually. Like, for the value that this guy is going to get you, really, really solid. Then we have the Pharonic Advent, the card that everybody tells me is a bonkers card, but alright. So this gains 300 attack for each continuous trap on the field and in the graveyard. Okay, so it can get a wee little bit big. You can only use each of the following effects of Pharonic Advent once per turn. So contribute 1 monster, special summon this card from your hand. Contribute 1 fairy, fiend, or reptile monster to add a continuous trap card from your deck to your hand. That's not horrible. You're still going to have to tribute over something that's going to be an inherent -1, and it doesn't do anything to really... It's cycling. I still don't think that card's that good. Next up is Apophis, the Swamp Deity. During the main phase, you can special summon this card as a normal monster. Earth level 6, 2,000 attack, 2,000 defense, and then you can negate the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of other continuous traps you control. This card and the other... Inscription or whatever its name is. Both of these were things that I've been waiting for. Alright, Eldritch, congratulations. You just got your piece of candy that you've been waiting for. And then we have Green Ninja. Ninja players rejoice. He's here. If a monster or monsters is special summoned to your field, face up, except during damage, you can target them, special summon this card from your hand. If you do, change that monster to face down defense position. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, target 1 monster in the field, change it to face up attack position or face down defense position. This is the card that makes ninjas go round. And now ninjas are actually fully playable as of this set. So very, very good. And then we got the humongous hive. Hypernova Stagger. So this gains 300 attack for each insect monster on the field except this card. And you can only use the following effects as cards once per turn. So if an insect monster is special summoned, except during damage step, special summon this card from your hand. And then during the end phase, activate this effect. Each player can special summon an insect from their hand to graveyard. It's a free insect extender. Like, it actually exists. Alright, like, this was a V-Jump promo, actually. So this was good stuff. And then we have the first picture of our first Starlight, besides Mirror Jade here, which is the Grand Gagamel Dragon. I think that this card looks absolutely amazing. I am super excited. I had a feeling that this would be the Starlight. How many Fallen of Albaz cards can we put into the Starlight slots here as of making this video? So, actually wild. What do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.